atmosphere is so heavenly that you say, it's good for us to be here. Do you know, no matter what you go through on the way up the mountain, when you get to the top, it's worth it. But I want you to notice the mentality of Peter, and the mentality of Peter is the mentality of man in the church today. Peter said to Jesus, Lord, it's good for us to be here. If you wish, I will put up 3 shelters. One for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah. Do you know what Peter is really saying? God, let's camp out here. God, let's camp out here. Let's build a structure here. Let's stay here, God. This is a great place. This is the thing we have to understand about Revelation. Revelation is active, it's not passive. Revelation should move us forward. We should never camp out at a place of revelation. Revelation should always build upon revelation. That's why it's revelatory. Did you get that? Peter had a mighty revelation at the top of the mountain. He saw Jesus like never before. And what did he want to do? Let's build a church building around it and never leave. See, that's the mentality of man. And that's the mentality of the church today. There are denominations that exist in America today because somebody had a powerful mountaintop experience with God and built a church over it. And those denominations are still walking in that old revelation. And if you look at a lot of denominations today, whoever founded them was far more radical, was far more filled with the Spirit, was far more mountaintop oriented than the denomination is today. You look at the Methodist Church. Who founded the Methodist Church? John Wesley. John Wesley had powerful encounters with God. And what did they do? They built a church around Wesleyism and his thinking. And now that church today doesn't hold a candle to the radical revelation that the man himself walked in. If you look at the Lutheran Church, look at the powerful revelation that Luther got. I mean, he understood, hallelujah, that the just will live by faith. I mean, that was his thing. I mean, the just will live by faith. That turned him upside down and caused him to nail that 99 Thesis to the wall of the Catholic Church and break away. I mean, that man had encounters with God. But yet the Lutheran Church today literally calls itself the frozen chosen. I kid you not. See, that's what happens when you have an encounter with God and you build a structure around it. Is anybody hearing me? Jesus wouldn't allow him to build a structure. Because you know what Jesus knew? Jesus knew that if a structure was built there, they were going to get stuck, and people were going to start coming up the mountain to worship at the place where Moses